All right, let's start again. Okay, sorry about that. I was talking for at least 3 minutes there on mute. I assume you can all hear me now. Right. Okay, let's try again. Everybody, welcome to the stream. Yeah, okay. So, um, we're gonna be playing through Be Like a Crow. We have done 7 sessions of this previously. Today we are going to be we're going to be playing starting brand new as a Cyber Crow, which means you'll get to see me fill in the character sheet. If you're interested in solo RPGs, Be Like a Crow is a little bit different to some other solo RPGs, but some aspects of it are the same, especially the journaling. We won't be writing in a journal. We'll just be I'll just be narrating the story because you don't want to just sit and watch me writing for 90 minutes. I will just repeat everything I've just said. If you do enjoy the stream, please tell other people to come and join it. It's good fun. I have a lot of fun doing these, and I hope you have fun watching them too. Right, okay, so we're doing Cybercrow today. I've got my rule book, I've got my deck of cards. That's literally all I need. We've actually sold out of rule books on the site. If you are interested in this, you can get the PDF, but the new rule book's the second printing of Be Like a Crow with some sort of like typo fixes and things will be here on Monday. So you'll be able to grab yourself a physical copy. You can also grab the cards, and we've also got journals. So anyway, let me just get this map up. Here we go. So we have got there we go. We have got a cyberpunk map, and I have put that icon. Some of you may know that icon in the bottom left-hand corner of the map as Epic Edgar. That is no longer Epic Edgar. That is going to be our new crow. So we're starting as a fledgling. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get the character sheet, and we are going to fill it in. It's a relatively simple character sheet, but if you played role-playing games before, you will be familiar with it. And pretty much, as role-playing games are sort of collaborative storytelling with rules, this is solo storytelling with rules. Although regular viewers will know that last week, for the last 2 to 3 weeks, I think I had my daughter Isabel playing just to show that you can play this. Let me move the shadow of my mic maybe a little bit. You can actually play this with other players, which makes it pretty cool. We managed to do it. But anyway, for now I'm playing on my own. Isabel may join us again. All right, so we're going to start by filling in a character sheet. So there's 2 ways that this actually works. I should mention as well, we are going to give away some Be Like a Crow swag, which is basically just stuff from our Kickstarter. So if someone that backed the Kickstarter wins it, you're going to get the postcards, another badge, stickers, and a little mini crow. We might even throw 2 of those little mini crows in. So the way that Be Like a Crow works is when you create a character sheet, firstly you choose the type of bird that you want to be. So that does impact some of your stats, and you also get a little bit of free choice. And then the way that this is different, you choose a setting. So Be Like a Crow takes place in 6 settings in total. So you can play an urban crow, you can play cyber crow, steampunk, fantasy, Tower of London, and gothic, which we played in the previous 7 sessions. However, we're going to try the cyber crow today. We're going to embark on a journey through the feather net and see where we can get to. So let's get straight into the rules. So the first thing we're going to want to do is choose a type of crow. I'm happy for anyone to throw in what they'd like me to do. I played a rook last time. I could play a carrion crow, a magpie, a raven, a jackdaw, or a rook. I'm feeling like I'm going to save my raven for the Ravens of the Tower of London setting when I get around to doing that. So I could probably do a crow, a magpie, or a jackdaw. I like a jackdaw because I like to think that jackdaw can be yeah, okay. Susie Ann's in with jackdaw. Yeah, jackdaw can be jacked into the feather net. Okay. So let's start with the jackdaw. So the first thing we need to do is come to past the introduction, and we find the details for jackdaw. Okay, so let's have a little look at jackdaw. So One of the smaller relatives of the crow. What this bird lacks in size, it makes up for in social skills and determination. Not only are jackdaws identifiable by their size, but they also have a distinctive silver grey hood and pale eyes. So when I started writing this book, I was a fan of crows, but I wasn't really sure what jackdaws were. I see a lot of them about now because of the grey hood. So when I what I probably would have thought were just crows before, I now do recognise as jackdaws. Nesting, chimney, cracks in brickwork, rock crevices, and tree holes. So we're going to nest our bird in the SkyTrain terminus, which is quite a run-down building. So that's where we're going to start. Probably in a crack in the sort of concrete wall, or maybe behind a neon sign. That'd be pretty cool. Let's have a look at my diet. Insects, young birds, eggs, fruit, seeds, and scraps. I mean, but most of the corvids do pretty much eat anything. Characteristics. Jackdaws are sociable, readily form friendships with other birds, animals, and even humans. They communicate with other species using eye contact to indicate emotions or locations. They have a strong sense of social status, with birds who take a partner being considered of a higher rank. Same-sex marriages are not unusual, and in any relationship, both partners are considered equals. So I played a rook last time, which is similar in the fact that it's gregarious. There are some birds in this game that are not as friendly as others. Habitat: woodlands, parks, coasts, and urban. Well, we're definitely playing urban today. Creating your jackdaw. Okay, so here we go. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get our character sheet, which is here. I will try and keep it visible whenever I can. And if you do enjoy the stream, please share it with other people. Please tell other people it is happening right now. Okay, so starting a fledgling sale, at each stage you advance, you can add 2 ticks. Well, I suppose the first thing, let's get the important stuff out of the way. Let's write in the settings. So I am in Cybercrow. So this is really the only writing I'll do. I'll type the rest of it up in my notes that you can see in the bottom panel. Species. So we're going for jackdaw. Jackdaw. Life cycle stage. Well, I'm just going to put an F for fledgling. So the way this game works is you start as a fledgling, you work your way up to a juvenile after you've completed 2 objectives. Once you've completed 4 objectives, you can become an adult, and then when you complete 6, it goes up each time. So between a fledgling and juvenile, you have to complete 2. Juvenile to adult, you have to complete a further 4, and then to go to Old Crow, you have to complete a further 6. So that's generally 2, 6, 12. You've got to get right to the highest level that you can. You have to complete 12 objectives in total. Okay, I'm not going to do a little drawing. I did have a sticker last time. I don't have one with me. So what am I going to look like? I'm going to make myself look pretty cool because I've got a grey. I have got a grey hood, but I'm going to say that I have a small glass panel which lifts to expose a data port. Okay, a data port and access to my chip. So my micro has got a chip installed already, so that's pretty cool. Excuse me. Right, starting a fledgling set. Right, so but there's another thing here. Name. I need to fill in a name, really, don't I? I haven't thought about this. I never come into any of these streams having had thought about anything because, you know, that's part of the game. It's showing you how how to just make things up on the fly, which is what part of role playing games are about. So the name of my crow. Let's have a look. I'm going to start with a J. Let's have a look. That'd be confusing because now some people might think I'm a J. But I'm gonna actually just give it a J3X Hello there, High and Lonesome. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so J. Yeah, I'm gonna call it J-3X7. That's the name of my crow because the name of my jackdaw, because my jackdaw was taken at a very young age and taken into Feathernet, where I am currently being trained. I've been alive for about 2 weeks. I have been fitted with a chip, and I am being trained in all kinds of things, but mainly in spying and information collecting. So that's what my little jackdaw is going to do. Now we can start filling in some skills. I won't fill in the objects carried because I tend to fill that in on the screen and put any notes, and I'm not going to bother filling in my injuries. I don't have any yet anyway. So, starting at fledgling stage, in each stage you advance, you can add 2 ticks to any one skill. So I want my crow to be data oriented. I want my jackdaw's my jackdaw's training involves collecting data. So I'm gonna add so in each stage you advance, you can add 2 ticks to any one skill. So I'm gonna add 2 to signal probably. So I can probably transfer data pretty good. Then you can add 1 tick to a skill, to a single skill from each of your main categories. So I'm going to add 1 to search because I'm going to be looking for data, I suppose. Navigate. I leave that a moment because I think I get something to do with navigate chip. Peck, claw, dive bomb. If I'm going to be spy, I'm going for evade again, which will help me avoid combat. Social interaction. Let's have a look. I can add 1 to social interaction. I'm going to add 1 to befriend, might help me if I ever need to get data off any other creature. Tools and rituals. Sing. I think use 2, because that's probably going to help me get some data. Okay, you can also add 1 additional tick to befriend. Okay, that's cool. Mate. Signal. Oh, our signal's quite high now. Evade. And sing. So we are pretty heavy in some certain skills, which means there's other things we're not going to be that good at. There's obviously a cost here. Special ability, small target. When you are hit by an attack, you can choose to make an extra evade check with authority. So I'm going to write that one down. So let's just write that down. So notes. I can when I am hit by an attack, I'll just see if that's all staying on the screen. When I'm hit by an attack, I can make an extra evade check. Okay, so when I'm hit by attack, I can make an extra evade check with authority, with auth, and take no hits. All right, that's cool. So being tiny does have its advantages. Let me just see if I can move that a little bit. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can just move our session notes a tiny bit across, so we can see them a little bit better. We've got plenty of room there. Okay. Excellent. Right, so we've got the first bit of our crow. I'm going to regret calling this crow J3X7. I'm probably going to have to write that down here. JX37. I won't bother with the hyphen. There we go. JX37 is the name of my cybercrow. All right, so just before we do start playing, the next thing that we need to do is we need to pick our setting. And we are going to, we get a few boons based on that setting. So let's have a look. Cybercrow. Okay, so shortly after you are born, you will be fitted with a geolocation chip to help you find your way around in this brave new world. Add 1 tick to your navigation skill. Okay, let's do that. Add 1 tick to our navigate skill. However, until your implant correctly fuses with your neocortex, it is subject to occasional malfunction. For every objective you complete as a fledgling, make a use tool check. Oh, okay. When I succeed an objective, I must make a use tool check. Or what happens to me? Or take one injury because my chip overheats. Basically, I'll take one injury point. All right. So I wonder if we can just move this a little bit over that way. Yes, we can. Okay, brilliant. Wow. So we've got so we've got some pros and cons. Like every bird and every setting you play in, there are you get some things that help you and you get some things that hinder you. It's also worth noting, as you probably guessed now, that there's a lot of replayability in this, because not only can you tweak each crow, each type of bird that you play, but also you can play any type of bird across any setting, and each setting gives you different things. So there's a lot of I did design this with replayability in mind. I am also working on a multiplayer version of that, but that will be fixed in one setting, but there will be guidelines in the rulebook to adapting it to other settings. Right, so I'm going to get past all the rules because we can we can do those as we go along. Just a second, I've got my cyber tea here. Right, let's start. So one of the things I need to do is I need to move my. You'll see I've got tabs on this. It doesn't make the game easy to play. I'm going to move my tabs through to my Cybercrow prompt. So this is the Cybercrow section. Again, if you do like this game, you can currently get it in PDF, and we have got a second printing of it coming out in on Monday. So we sold out of the first printing. We did a really big printing, so it's been absolutely phenomenal to see a lot of people playing it and sharing their stories. So that's me set up there. I've got all my markers in. Next thing we have to do is shuffle the deck, get a deck of cards. So that we do have it's a deck of 52 cards with 2 jokers. What's in that cyber tea? Wait a second, I will have to ask Sarah. Sarah, what is in the cyber tea? What's in the tea? Peppermint is the cyber tea. Okay, so we are going to we're going to shuffle this deck. So this deck we do actually have an official Be Like a Crow deck, but you can actually also just use a deck, any deck you like. It doesn't have to be this deck. So there we go. So let's give these a little shuffle. These were printed in the UK by an amazing company called Ivory. We've also got a deck of tarot cards coming out with the new Kickstarter that we've done. They will also be available on the site soon. So I think that will do us for now. Yeah, they are really nice as well. They feel very different. So I do actually like cards, and they feel very different from USPCC's deck. Their stuff, but I took a chance on a UK company that print a lot of stuff for games, and they do feel really, really nice. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. Let's put the deck down there. Right. Off we go. So the first thing we need to do in this game, we need to generate an objective, and we Etch Sketch. Yeah, that is the tarot that I've created. So I can't take credit for the actual artwork, but I do direct the artwork. So the idea for the artwork is mine, and then I have an Italian designer who works on all them for me, and they're absolutely phenomenal. I don't think I've got any here. I wish I had got some here to show you, because they are pretty amazing. And on the Kickstarter, if you go, I put them all up public on the Kickstarter on the updates. You can actually see the tarot cards. They should be available around about October. We're still working on them. We're doing like 5 cards at a time. So we've done all the major arcana. We are, well, the last major arcana are in process now. But yeah, they're really good, and they're really we've tried to sort of incorporate diversity into the designs as well. So we do think long and hard. And one thing we have incorporated into every single design is a polyhedral die. So you will notice they are not just a normal tarot deck; they are a tarot deck that gives a homage to role-playing games. There's even a Manticore on one of the on one of the major arcana cards. So we are trying to just put little Easter eggs in there where we can. There is a pre-order. There is a pre-order site. I'm gonna just. I will get back to the stream in a moment, but I'm gonna just a second. I am going to just try get you that pre-order, yeah, because I do not know it off the top of my head. So just give me 1 second. If not, I'm just trying to think. If you follow us on just trying to think if you follow us on Twitter or something, maybe we can show you it that way. So just give me a second. Yeah. So we've also, so it was actually a set. There's dice on there as well. So we've designed a set of dice based around the minor arcana. So they each come with a coin with wands, cups, swords, or pentacles on them. So you can choose which set you want. Oh yeah. So anyway, I'll try and get that on somewhere for you. Just give me a second. Maybe I can do this quite quickly. I'm pretty sure we've got let's have a look. It's quite a long, unwieldy URL. Yeah, okay, I found it, so I'm going to put it in here, and then we will carry on with the game. There we go. If it will let me do so. Okay, so that should. I'm sorry about the ridiculously long link, but that is that's the link to the pre-orders right there. So that should work for you. Right. Okay. Let's get on with Be Like a Crow. There's also I think you can also get on the pre-orders as well. I'm writing another game at the moment called Death Valley, which is a multiplayer rules light TTRPG that uses tarot cards. So that's going to be quite fun. I will mention it on a future stream. So the first thing we need to do is create an objective. Let's get back into the game. So we have got excuse me, Cybercrow objectives open, and the way this game works is I'm going to totally fold my book open now. It's probably not good for the spine, but this is my copy. So there we go. So the first thing we're going to do is going to draw a card and create our first objective. So our first card is, if you can see that, that's quite cool. It's the Jack of Diamonds. So we create an objective. So our objective, a virus uploaded to the Feathernet is spreading amongst your competitors. Because I am a brand new fledgling, I've been untouched by it. There are suspicions that our particular group created it, and whilst it's good to have less competition, we now have a lot more targets on us. So it's in our interest to fix this. Researchers led you to an object in location that can be used as a fix. So the first mission I am going to be sent out on by my overseers is to find an object in a location. So the first thing we will do, I've got to find this object. So this is to fix a virus. So we'll start writing some notes now. So one of my objectives is fix virus requires, and then we find out what the object is. So we can fill these placeholders in a minute. Requires object. Because this is how the game works. It gives you extra placeholders from, and when we'll do location, deliver to location. So we need to deliver it to a location. All right, so we need to do 3 draws against the deck now. So the first draw we need to do is to decide what object we need. So we will draw against the deck. Let's see what we get. So we get the 7 of clubs, which is going to give us a neural obfuscator. So we look it up on here. So 7 of clubs, a neural obfuscator. Use this to confuse your opponents, make any skill or combat checks against them. Well, I don't know whether we're going to actually use it, but I can come back to it if we do have to use it, but we're going to have to go get it. So we need to go and get a neural obfuscator. So I would say that this virus that is being made is attacking little bits of data in our system. So if we can get this neural obfuscator, we can probably we can probably stop the virus because it won't know where to search for our data. So we need to know what location we're going to find this in, though, because it looks like it's something I'm going to have to steal. So let's try, if I put them cards there, let me just make sure you can see everything. Let's go. So we got a 4 of hearts. So what location is it in? Well, we turn to the location prompts. It's in a hacker's basement. Of course it's in a hacker's basement. From a hacker's basement. So we'll decide where that is in a moment. From a hacker's basement. And we have to... where do we have to deliver it to? Well, that's another draw. So we have to deliver it to... an air purification farm. Oh, no, sorry, that's not right. That's... Oh, a service hatch in a hotel. Okay. So... Okay, here comes our first bit of story. We... In this world of... well, there's a lot of competition in the data theft and data selling market in this world. We've got a lot of competition from other birds. I don't know if I should be telling you this. Keep this a secret, but our main bit of kit that sort of jacks into the feather net is based in it's based in a service hatch in a hotel. So it's actually in a lift, and then above the lift, on the top of it, we have got a special let's say a transponder. That sounds like a good word. That broadcasts and allows us to get into the feather net undetected. We basically piggyback on other data streams. So official data that is being sent about, we send small packets of data in amongst that, and as soon as our data reaches the destination, it jumps off the piggyback and finds its way to where it's going. And that's how we keep our data secret and also transport it about. Obviously, if the data is... If we feel like there's a high chance that the data could be stolen, or we feel like somebody could intercept it on the way, then we go the old-fashioned way and we put it into a data chip in a bird's neural chip, and they transport that data literally by wing. Obviously, the risk of life is there, but it's also if you get a bird that you can trust who is really adept at this, then you also know it's a safe way to deliver very expensive and important and sensitive data. Okay, so off we go. Hey, Disaster Hobbit, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Right, so let's see what we can do. So now we've got that, we need to decide whereabouts this hacker's basement is. We're allowed to do that wherever we want. You can use the maps that come in this, or I'm going to say... So I'm going to go lightly on myself, and I'm going to say this hacker's basement is in the Short Circuit Diner, which is over to this side of the map. Let me just move it a little bit more now that we've zoomed in. There we go. So I need to pretty much head... I can jump across and head... I can follow the SkyTrain route, towards a nightclub, and then I have to probably fly across from the nightclub. Yeah, then I probably have to go to Short Circuit Diner. So the way this game's work, every hex we move, if we're in flight, we have to take an event, one event. If we have landed, we have to take another event. So a lot of the places between the SkyTrain terminus and the city are referred to as the waste. So there's not a lot going on here. There are some people that live in makeshift tents and things, and shacks, anything that they can put together. This is definitely the area where the Forgotten are left to just fend for themselves, while the money is all concentrated in this city centre. So we're going to make our way from our base in the SkyTrain terminus, which is above it. We have an expansive set of nests behind the neon sign on the SkyTrain terminus. And we are going to head... I should probably decide which hotel as well. I guess our hotel is right at the other side of the city, because that gives us a maximum reach for our signal. Okay, let's do this. So we're gonna move up 1, and at that point we are going to take an event. So let us see. So events are generic in this game. You can also write your own event if you're feeling brave. 9 of clubs. So as I set off, this is my first time really flying. I've obviously practiced a little bit around the top of the SkyTrain terminus, but this is the first time I've left the SkyTrain terminus. This is my first mission. It's a smaller mission because I think this virus isn't such a big virus, so they just want to test me on it. And who knows, maybe they even created the virus, did my overseers, just as a test. I don't know this, but I'm just gonna do as I'm told. So yeah, as I'm flying, something comes hurtling towards me on the breeze. Let's see what that is. So we draw a King of Clubs. So what comes hurtling towards me on the breeze? Let's go check our objects. So I can create an object of my own or draw again. I'm gonna create an object of my own and say that a piece of red wire comes hurtling towards me. Maybe discarded, maybe it's fallen off the side of a SkyTrain. It could be something important. Who knows? The options I've got is I've got to make an evade check to start off with. So here's how a check works. First thing you do is draw a card for your target. So Jack. So I have to equal or beat Jack, which is 11. So I need to draw a card and add my evade score. So I got a 3, and my evade score is 2, so that's 5. So that means I take my first injury. So this thing whips me quite hard as it flies past, and I am going to take my first injury. So I've got 1 injury of 6. Not the best way to start, but not too bad either. You know, I am still small. I am still squishy. Okay, let's continue. With that said, we can take the object and land. I don't really want to take the object though, because if I land, I have to take 2 turns. So I'm going to keep flying. I'm going to keep the SkyTrain to my right, because if I keep it to my right, I can. Bearing in mind, this is my first time away from the nest, so to speak. So I do need to keep my bearings. Although I do have a navigate chip as well. So let's draw another event. So the next event is the 6 of diamonds. So if we come to our event, let's have a look. 6 of diamonds. A headwind slows you down. Take another turn in this hex. So on the side of this city, there are these big exhaust vents. So, you know, the way electricity is generated and power is generated. It's very unclean, but the air inside the city is clean, but all the dirty air just gets thrown out into the waste. So some of that hot air blast gets me as I start approaching the city, so it does slow me down. I'm gonna have to try and find a way around. It's my first time, so I wouldn't have known where it was. So let's have a look. I have to take another event. I spot a congregation of magpies in their nests. I can choose to land and make a befriend check to convince them to assist me in a healing ritual. Um, I'm a little bit sheepish at the moment. Because I don't really know anyone and I don't trust anyone. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep flying towards the short circuit diner. Let's have another event in flight. 9 of Hearts. 9 of Hearts. You meet an elder of your own species. They have a mission for you, and if you accept, you may generate an object. So I stop on an old mobile phone tower just to rest, and another jackdaw, an elder jackdaw, is already perched there and sees me, recognizes me, and asks me if I want a little bit of freelance work. And I am a little bit cagey about it because, again, this is my first ever mission. But regardless of that, they don't listen to me. They just go on. So they're going to give me, they're going to offer me an objective, which is cool because that would give me 2 objectives. And I know I've still got to make a reputation. And I'm also, as loyal as I am to my tribe that I work with, I do know that, how this works. I know that other birds have left and they've gone to work for others, and, they've got bigger boosts, they've got better implants. So let's just see how that works. So I'm gonna see what objective. So we need to go back to our prompts. Draw an objective. So I'm gonna see what this and whether it's worth it. So this this is interesting. So I do need to draw a character. Just give me a second and see what we got. So a retired IT human that used to be a friend of our squad has gone rogue. They know a lot about us, and when they left, when they retired, they stole. Let's see what object they stole. They stole a data card. It's actually a corrupted data card, but we probably wouldn't know that at the moment. We know they stole a data card that has important information on it. So I now know that this elder actually is part of my squad. So I do feel a little bit obliged to take this. So I'm gonna write this one down. Let's have a look. So this is a second. Let's put a little. Let's put a little tick box there. And let's put another one there. We should be able to. There we go. So let's put proper tick boxes on here. So a retired. Let me take the bold off these as well. A retired IT guy has stolen some of our secrets on a data card. Where are they? I guess that's the big question. Oh, let's see where they are. Ace of Hearts. Oh, this is interesting. A subterranean nightclub. So we know we're on our way. So I'd probably say that this elder has been sent to catch up with me, saying that actually whilst I'm on my way here, I could probably go and try and find this. So they are in a subterranean nightclub. I'm going to try and just make my notes a wee bit bigger. so you can see them. They will go over the page a little bit, but oh, not that way. I'm not. But we can probably it just might help just to have them a little bit bigger. Then we can see right down a little bit further down. There we go. Okay, that'll do for now. Right, okay, so that's interesting. So we've got to go. We've got a nightclub there. So I think the big question is, do I get the obfuscator first, or do I try and, I don't know, what does anybody in the chat think? Do I go to the nightclub first? Is a nightclub maybe maybe a bit too scary an environment for a young fledgling like me, or do I try go to the hacker's basement first and then work my way back to the nightclub? In any case, I'm gonna head straight on. I'm gonna fly so I can see the nightclub. So yeah, if you hacker's basement, okay. Any more votes for the hacker's basement? I'm gonna go. Okay, hacker's basement. That's pretty much the majority. That's everyone. All right. We're going to head for the hacker's basement. Thank you, everyone. If this all goes wrong now, it's on you. Right, so let's take another turn. Let's take another turn. So another event. See what happens. 10 of diamonds. You come across a jackdaw who has an object. They will only give it to you in return for an object you currently have. Well, I don't have any objects, but it's always worth knowing what they've got because I can come back here. So let's draw and see what they've actually got. So they have actually got 6 of hearts. They have got 3 differently coloured wires that will fix any broken electronics. Okay, I'm going to drop something here and make a little note. So let's see what I can drop. I'm going to drop this little... Well, there is a little Artificer icon. So I'm going to drop it in this one. And I'm going to write a note to say there's a jackdaw here. I mean, I can't guarantee it's going to stay there. But there is a jackdaw here. Can I write some text? Can I write some text with this software? What does that do? I think... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Nope. Let's have a look. Let's try and... did have this issue before. There we go. So... What are we going to put on here? So... Jackdaw with 3... Jackdaw with 3 wires. So we might come back and see this jackdaw later. But for now, we're just going to put a little note there to say what it is. Okay, cool. Right, so at this point here, there's a jackdaw with 3 wires. We are going to have to... we're going to have to say, no, this jackdaw is on the outskirts of the city as well. So we're going to now enter the city. So we are going over the... Flying over the wall of the city. Let's take another event in flight. We haven't landed yet, which is good. Another bird joins you in flight. They're carrying objects. You can persuade them to give it to you with a successful befriend check. Alternatively, fight them for it. I'm not ready to fight. And firstly, I want to see what they've got. Maybe I will be ready to fight. They have got a holographic... oh, no, sorry. They have got a fake digital ID. Whilst using this, you can convince any creature you are something else. Okay. I think I should ask for this. A fake digital ID. Whilst using this, you can convince any other creature you are something else. Make any appropriate social interaction checks with authority. Right, so let's see if we can get this. I'm going to try befriend this creature. So I do have a semi-decent befriend score. My befriend score is actually 2. I've got 2 ticks. So let's take a target. So 4. So I have to get 2 or above, and I can convince. Right, 3. Okay. So I do actually convince this. I do actually convince this jackdaw to give me this. How do I do that? I suppose I just say that I am, I'm a jackdaw for a start, but I'm also, I guess this jackdaw takes pity on me and realizes that I'm new at this. This jackdaw's got a lot of goodies, but they're giving me this one, which is, this is cool. Holographic magpie projector. So this is an item. So I might move this somewhere else a moment because I am actually running out of room, and I want to keep this stuff. Right, so notes, items carried, holographic magpie projector. That's cool. And what does it give me again? Holographic magpie projector. Oh no, sorry, it wasn't. It was the fake digital ID, wasn't it? Sorry, it was the fake digital ID. I was in completely wrong thing there. Fake. I think that that was wishful thinking. Fake digital ID. So I know what that does. So it's authority on social interaction. I can convince. This is quite good for a data spy. Okay. Right, yeah, sorry about that. I got completely confused. I think I wanted the holographic magpie projector because it just looks so cool. Right. Okay, so we're going to fly across to the... we're going to fly across. I think I'm probably just going to try and do a little bit of tweaking here just for a second, though. I do want to try and move this maybe up here so you can see a little bit more of it. So sorry about this. A bit of on the fly movement here, but I kind of want to. I just don't know where to put that where I can give you a better view of what's going on. I guess I can move it back and just scroll. Let's move it back and scroll. I'll just scroll down. That's probably easier. There we go. Okay, so you can see what I'm carrying there. And you can also see one of my objectives. So if you do want to see anything on that view, just tell me and I can scroll back again. All right, so that's cool. So we got that. That's nice. So we're going to move up another one where so we're outside the diner, but it's going to be the next turn when we can land and actually get into the basement of the diner. So let's do let's draw an event. Our event is King of Spades. Create your own event or draw again from this table. I'm going to say that I find a few French fries on the floor, and I'm going to have a little eat. Going to have myself a little eat. I think they're worms. I've never seen French fries before. They're not the tastiest of worms. And they're a little bit on the sort of rigor mortis side. I am completely unaware that these are French fries. But anyway, onwards we go. We're going to land at the side of the diner. Yeah, they are still they're still organic crows. They just have implants. So yeah, these crows can eat. Okay. So let's continue. Let's draw another event. So we've now landed. So I'm now around the side of the building and I'm looking for... I've landed, so I'll take one event, and then my next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to find a way into the basement, some kind of grill in the side of the building. So let's try that. Here we go. No, sorry, I drew the King of Diamonds, didn't I? Right? No, sorry, Queen of Hearts. There we go. You meet a swan who has an object in their possession and will trade it for one of your objects. Well, we might as well see what that object is. So, let's take a little look. That object is Five of Hearts. A nanobot. This microscopic cyber spider can be used to repair your ports. Heal 1 injury each time you land. So what did I get? I got a fake digital ID, so I guess the big question is now, do I want that fake digital ID or do I want yeah, the fake digital ID is it'd be a big thing to sort of give away, right? So I'm gonna yeah, I really this is where this game becomes difficult because I've now got the opportunity to have something really cool, but I've also got something really cool and it means swapping it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna search for this grill. So my next turn is searching for a grill to get down into this basement. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a navigate check. So a search check. So it's a 7, and let's have a look at what my search score is. I got 1, so I need to draw 6 or higher. I got a joker, so we're gonna save the joker because jokers are quite good. What else? I did get something as part of my. No, that's when I'm hit by an attack. Let me see if I got anything else that I can use to augment this. Let's just take a look at my note. Oh, when I succeed an objective, when I'm hit by attack. Yeah, okay. Okay. So let's yeah, let's try do well, it's just a check then, isn't it? So I need to get 6 or more. Oh, well, another joker. Okay. So we got 2 jokers, which are good. So here we go. 5, and I've got my search is 1, so that's 6. But I'm going to play one of my jokers just to succeed on the check. So it's cost me a joker, but I'm going to say that I find the grill. So jokers are wild cards that allow you to heal or to win or succeed in one action or win 1 round of combat. There's only 2 of them, so they are a limited resource. Right, let's get on with this then. So I do find a grill, and when I look down the grill, I can see it's a dark room. There's all kinds of things stored down here, like there's oils, for frying for the diner. There's there's freezers. But there's also, I can see like a bank of like what looks like a small server farm, and I can see a human who is sat at a desk typing away furiously at some code. So I'm going to try and get in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a hop check because I want to see if I can get in without them seeing me. So I got to get 10. And for my hop check, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my hop check, I have to do 10 or more. Queen. Okay, I succeed my hop check. Right, that's fine. Wow. Okay, so I managed to get down into this basement without anyone actually seeing me. When I say anyone, there's only one guy down here. I do notice as well that he has got like an augmented eye. He's got like a bionic eye which is glowing red. I assume that's to allow him to spot bugs quicker in his code. So I'm going to search for what's my first. This could be my first objective. A neural obfuscator from a hacker's basement. I'm going to search for this thing then. I'm going to see if I can find it. So I'm going to take a look around. I'm just going to hop around. He's too far into his code. So jack. So I have to get a jack to find it here. A 10 on my search, +1. So I do find it. It's unfortunately it is right underneath his desk. So this is going to be a tricky one. I'm going to have to try and do another hop check and get underneath his desk. Or what else could I do? What else could I do? Oh, I've got an idea. I'm going to hop over to a plug on the wall, and I'm going to do a use tool check, and I'm going to try and switch off a plug that is connected to his modem and see if I can distract him from his computer. So I'm going to have to do that. So, oh, that's a king. This could be bad. Yep, so I do disconnect his modem, but before I can get away, I get my feet caught up in some of the cabling that's coming from the wall, some of the Ethernet cabling, and oh dear, he sees me. So I'm gonna try and make a fly check. Let's see what I can do, because I really need to get that thing. So I'm gonna try and make a well, first I'm going to try and make an evade check, and if I can get away from him, I'm going to make a fly check to try and grab the data card that I need and get the heck out of Dodge. So 2 is the target for an evade. I get an ace, which is low, which is 1, but fortunately I have 2, so that's 3. So I actually do manage to evade him. I'm going to just firstly kind of run along the floor. I'm going to pick up this data card, which is a little bit smashed up because he's obviously just not worried about it. He's dropped it on the floor, and I do now realize that this was probably more of a test. Otherwise they're going to be very unhappy when I get this data card back, and I'm going to try fly out of there. So 3 is the target, 2, and I get nothing for fly, so I'm going to take an injury as he manages to whip me with a piece of cable that he's got. So he's holding the plug that I managed to unplug. He's holding that. He's going to try whip me. I'm going to give myself 1 injury, and I'm going to try another fly check because I need to get out. I'm going to try an evade check, and then I'll rule that I can fly out of there. So we now have 2 injuries of 6. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a fly check, see if we can get out of there. Ace is low, or an evade check, should I say. Queen is high, so I do manage to get out there. Right, I'm out of that storm drain, and I'm back up in the sky. We now have to make our way. So we're going to... Right, we've got 2 issues here. I've got the data chip, which means I've completed an objective. I've got a retired IT guy stole one of our secrets on a data card there in a subterranean nightclub. I've got the data card. That's cool. I've taken it off him. I'm going to complete that objective. However, when I succeed an objective, I must make a use tool check. Because I've been running my own implant, my neurological implant, so high, it's getting warm. I've got to succeed on a use tool check, otherwise I'm going to take another injury. So here we go. So we've got a 9 is the target. My use tool is currently 1, so I have to draw 8 or more. 6, I'm going to take another injury. So this is not brilliant. I've completed my first objective, but I've done it at a cost. But I've completed it. I'm now going to head away to the nightclub. So I need to the neural obfuscator was also in the hacker's basement. Yeah, the retired IT guy. They're in the subterranean nightclub. Yeah. Right, the hacker's basement. Do you know what? I'm going to rule that this is the same guy. I've got to go back down there because they knew they were there, so I'm going to have to go back down and also get the neural obfuscator. I've seen it. This is going to be dangerous, so I'm going to make every check with a penalty. I'm going to take a little look through the grill. I'm going to see if I can find it. So let's do a search check. So target's 3, 8. So I can see it. Let's say I'm gonna do something which is probably very silly, but just in the interest of moving the story on. I'm gonna play a joker to succeed in getting this, so I can play my joker. There are not any more jokers until I deplete the deck and shuffle now. So I've used all my luck up. So I'm gonna go grab this. So I'm gonna say that he is now he's wandered off up to the nightclub. He's probably gone out looking for me, or to say, you know, try and find out who I am, who's stolen it. And while he's up and about, I'm going to be cheeky enough and get straight back in there, and I'm going to steal the neural obfuscator. However, I have to deliver it to a service hatch in the hotel and then do a use tool to try and fix it in place. So we're going to have to head across. We're going to have to head across. So I'm going to fly back out. So we're going to draw another event in the air. We're now heading for the nightclub. I should probably do a dance check in the nightclub, right? A conspiracy of ravens are performing an airborne healing ritual. Join them and make a dance or sing check. If you succeed, you can remove 1 injury tick, and they will gift me with an object, right? So we got space for an object, and also this is ideal. So we're gonna join in, and I'm gonna do a sing check because I am good at singing. So we got a 2, we got a jack. Okay, so we do a sing check. So the frequency that all these birds sing at manages to emit a certain type of, I guess, a neuropulse or something that helps fix my chip a little bit. So we're going to come back down to 2 of 6 injuries now, which is cool. So let's do that. Let's get ourselves 2 of 6 injuries, and now we are going to see what object they bestow upon us. 4 of diamonds. They give us an electromagnetic pulsar. I can debilitate creatures within a few feet of me, and I get 1 use. Oh, that's cool. An EMP. So we're going to take an EMP. Please do as well, if you're enjoying the stream, please do follow us. Click follow. I think we've got a little thing up as well that if you follow or subscribe or anything, something comes up on the top of the screen and says your name, so you get like 3 seconds of fame. So it's worth it, if not just for that. Let's go for adding this EMP, and I can debilitate someone. So we get an EMP. P. Debilitate. Debilitates any creature. Okay. So we got an EMP. That's cool. Right. Off we go. Let's head on. Let's head onwards. Next stop is we're heading towards a nightclub. I suppose I've got my fake ID, so let's try getting through the front door. Let's have a look. I'm going to say that there's a rival gang that lives in the top of this nightclub. So what I'm going to do is once I get there, I'm going to try to use my fake ID to pretend that I'm one of them to get into the nightclub, and then we can get to this service hatch, because we are pretty much hosting our stuff right in the lair of a rival gang. So let's say that this thing I'm actually doing, it's a bug that we've got where we actually we siphon data away from this other data gang. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to fix. So let's do it. Let's take an event in the air before we land. So what event do we get? 8 of hearts. You find an object that is broken. Make a use tool check to see. So I'm going to say I land on the edge of the building. Or on... Do I land on the floor? I'm not. I'm outside the building. So I spot an object. So I'm going to do a prompt and see what the object is first. Because it means I would have to give something up. So I spot a broken object on the floor. A nuclear-powered microchip. Whilst you're using this chip, you can travel 2 hexes before you need to take a turn. Right. I'm going to mark this. We're going to mark the nuclear-powered microchip. So let's have a look. What have we got? Nuclear powered microchip. That's cool. Okay, I think I'm going to put this weird thing down here. So we might come back for this. Let's just get some more text in. Stick it in there. And we're going to type yellow nuclear powered, what could possibly go wrong? Microchip. So we might come back for that. I'm not entirely sure yet, but we'll leave it there, and we will go and land on the edge of the building. So let's fly to the nightclub. So we're gonna land on the edge of the nightclub. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, let's see what happens here. We're gonna have to take an event in on land. So 6 of spades. You spot an object on the ground, you may take it. So we're going to say there's another object here. Let's see what this object is. Here we go. 8 of diamonds. A jackdaw exo. Sorry, 8 of diamonds, not a jackdaw. A software patch. Apply this to heal 2 injuries, 1 use. Okay. I'm taking this and I'm going to apply 2 injuries. Heal 2 injuries. So I do have to drop an item, but the thing is I can immediately take that item back again, so that's fine. So I'm going to put an item down. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to pick that item up, which means I can heal 2 injuries immediately. Excellent. So that was a nice find before I go literally into the lion's den. Right, I'm going to use. I'm going to make a befriend check with authority now to try and get into the get directly into the lair of a rival gang. So there's my 7 of diamonds I got to beat. I'm going to shuffle the cards. Excellent. So we've done really well so far. And I'm very close to leveling up, which is pretty good. So we'll just give these a good shuffle. So I do hope you're enjoying the game. This is the first time I've played Cybercrow. I've had it play tested before, but it's the first time I've actually played it. Although I did come up with all the ridiculous ideas for it. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. I played the I played a bit of the steampunk one. I played Gothic and Fantasy, and Sarah, who some of you know, has done the Urban Crow, which also seems to be quite popular. But I'm going to try get through all of these as the weeks go on. We'll probably do 6 or 7 sessions of each one, which would take us 6 times 7, 42. It would take us nearly a year to get through all of them. And by that time as well, I think in the next week or so, I should have Cthulhu, so we'll have another one. So we should be able to do a year's worth of Be Like a Crow streams. Also, if there's anything else you'd like to see me, any other RPGs or solo RPGs you'd like to see me play, please just say so, and I will get them and give them a go. Okay, so we need to get higher than. We're doing a befriend check, so we need to get higher than 5 to do this. I was going to say also with authority because I've got that card. So even with that, I do it. Okay. So we managed to convince these are going to be magpies. We managed to convince these magpies that we have that we work for them. We're a new recruit, and we are here to come and we've brought a data a neural obfuscator that needs fixing onto one of their things. We're gonna basically blag it that we have to install this neural obfuscator to stop them from getting attacked. Whereas actually, what we're doing is we're doing it to stop them from figuring out that we've actually got sort of like we're tapping into their data with an illegal, not illegal, everything's illegal, I guess, in what we're doing, but in you know, we've got a bit of kit there that's actually spying on them and stealing data off them. So we don't want them to know that's what we're actually doing. So we're actually putting something else in that stops them from finding out that we're already stealing data off them. It's a complicated world, is this? So let's go in. So we need to we need to excuse me, go find this service hatch. So I'm going to do a navigate check. See if I can find it. Target is 8. That's a 2. I'm lost. Okay. So I'm going to have to take an event on land because I don't find it straight away. So let's have a look. Our event on land is you meet a character holding an object. So I come across, let's see who we come across in here. So we're on the second floor of a nightclub. This might not be good because I imagine this is a member of the rival gang. Oh no. So let's just see what character we meet. I've lost my prompts. There we go, Cybercrow. So let's just see. So the character we meet is the a hacker badger. So this hacker badger actually works for these magpies. So we're going to have to convince this hacker badger that we're okay. This hacker badger, she is quite dubious about us. So let's see. We need to make a befriend check. So the target's 3. We get a 10. We've also got our ID, so that was always going to help us, but it's fine. I'll draw another card anyway, just for fairness. But we would have done it either way. So yeah, cool. So when you do something with authority, you get to draw 2 cards for your check and take the highest one. And likewise, if you get a penalty, you have to draw 2 and take the lowest card. So let me just try that navigate check again. 7 versus Queen. So not only do I, the reason I took that check quickly is because not only do I manage to convince this badger that, you know, I'm okay, there's nothing wrong with me, I'm legitimately here, I also managed to get them to direct me to the service hatch, which is near the lift. So we're on the second floor, so we're just going to move across to the service hatch, and we're going to do a use tool check to see if we complete our second objective. So we got 9. So our use tool score is, we got 1, so we need to get 8 or more to succeed in this. We got a 9, that's fantastic. Okay, so I do manage to install this obfuscator. I'm going to get the heck out of Dodge. Wow. So I'm going to take one more thing on land. We're going to complete an objective. So before I do that, there is something here that I have to be aware of, that when I succeed, as I'm a fledgling, and this is the last time I'll have to make this check because I'm going to level up as soon as I've flown out of here. When I succeed on an objective, I must make a use tool check or take 1 injury point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this use tool check. We are then going to level up our crow, and then we'll end the session because we're gonna fly away from this nightclub. So, so we'll do a quick review of where we are. So when I'm hit by, right, so I need to make a use tool check to see if my chip overheats because I've been using it a lot. So I have to get 5. I have to get 4 or more because I get +1. 4. Wow. So I only just succeed on that one. Wowzers. Okay, that was close, but I do succeed, which means I don't take any damage. So that's a plus. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to fly out of here. I should probably take 1 event in flight because we're going to leave this place now. I'm going to fly back to base, although if you've watched the Gothic Crow one, that doesn't always work out because usually we end up picking up some more objectives and never getting back to base until the end. So let's have a little fly out of here. We're gonna head south, back to the Skytrain terminus, to see if we can pick up any more objectives. We managed to come out of that with no injuries as well, which is really good. We did sustain 3 at one point, but we managed to heal. In this game as well, you can also land. So each new hex you go in, you can land and try heal, but the cost of that is that you have to take two events. All right, so let's take one more flight, one more flight check. King of Hearts, and then we will level up, and we will draw this session to a close. Create your own event or draw again from this table. Well, let's draw again. Your wing becomes caught in something. So I get caught in a let's say that there's a pylon that feeds into the nightclub, and as I'm flying away, I get caught in that. I've got to make a successful evade check or take an injury. I'm going to take the Joker. Queen is the check, and 9, 10, 11. So I fail. So I'm going to be ending this session with 1 Joker. I'm just going to make a note of that on my notes. Ended session with 1 Joker. I'm also going to get rid of that because I did my use tool check now, and we're going to level up, and let's see where we got to. That went pretty well, did that? Okay. I just seen. I'll deal with that when I see Sarah's dealing with things in the chat. That's great. I was well wrapped up in the story there, so I didn't see some of the chat. Okay, so that's cool. So let's level up. Yeah, that was a good session. I really enjoyed that. I've got to admit as well, I was tired today, and when I'm tired, my storytelling brain isn't always working brilliantly. So that goes to prove that this is actually quite a good tool for getting yourself motivated. Let's do... I'll take my character sheet. We are going to level up to... So we are now Juvenile. Let's do the things we can do for Juvenile, and then I'll do a few final announcements. We'll have a winner for some swag. Someone's going to win some Be Like a Crow swag in a moment. But let's level up. So we firstly need to come to see what we need to do to level up for our bird. So our bird is a jackdaw. So let's have a look at the rules. The rules say starting at fledgling stage, and each stage you advance, you can add 2 ticks to any one skill. So what did we do well there? Because I always like to add ticks to skills that we used and we did okay with. We did a sing check. Use tool. Did we do well with use tool? We did a bit of evading. So you can add 2 ticks to any one skill. I think we didn't scare things, but we did a lot of befriending. So I'm going to add 2 ticks to befriend. And you can add 1 tick to a single skill from each of your main skill categories. Well, we did a lot of flying, so I'm taking that. Actually, I'm going to do 2 to fly because I do get 1 at befriend in the next one, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to do, and then I can add 1 to a single tick, so 1 to that one. I'm going to add 1 to hop because we did have a successful hop. I'm going to have 1 to evade. I have got no fighting skills yet. And use tool, I'm going to give myself an extra 1. And then I do get 1 to befriend, which I've already done. I get an extra 1 to mate. Signal, so I'm going to max out signal by the time I'm an adult, which makes sense. Evade, same with evade. And sing. Okay, cool. So that's about right for a juvenile because we're still young, but we have got quite a lot of our skills boosted there. I also lose that horrible thing. Whenever you're hit by an attack, you choose to make an extra evade. I keep that, but when I go to the setting, I also lose that horrible geolocation overheating. So that's not a thing anymore, which I think I probably did remove. Yep. And so J3X7 is now a juvenile. You have made new contacts in the underground tech augmentation market. At this life cycle stage, you get the following. I get a mechanical wing. So I get I'll just write this down. Basically, that just gives me 1 to my fly. +1 to +1, which I've already added anyway. So in fact, I won't add that because that'll probably just confuse me. So I know I'm not adding it. I just know that these are things I've got. A mechanical wing. I could probably write this in here as well. Mechanical wing. And let's have a look. What else? A bionic eye. So I get search and navigate. Search and navigate and bionic eye. There we go. So let's write that down. That's cool. Bionic eye. So I can and I think that is me leveled up. I'm leveled up. That's great. So that was an excellent session. Thank you very much. In fact, that's pretty much an hour and a half. That's quite good. That was a great session. So if it's your first time joining us, yeah, it does stay where it depends. It depends. I mean, you so as far as the nuclear power chip and things that you put down, this game has specific rules about things, but it's up to you how you interpret other things. So if you find objects, you can choose that when you come back to find them, like there's a rule for dropping an object, and I would use the same rule for dropping an object, that you have to make a search check when you come back to find it. And if you don't succeed on the search check, you don't find it, and then you can just remove that. I'll probably at some point, I mean, it'll be next year or something, I'll probably do a version 2 of the rules with some more things on. That said, I am making a multiplayer version that's going to have more rules like that when you drop objects. You know, if you choose to leave objects, they're not always guaranteed to be there when you get back. But yeah, what I would say in that case, just do a search check. You've got to kind of GM yourself. It is good practice for GMing as well, because you know, there aren't rules for every single thing, so you've got to make calls. On one of the first, in fact, and a stream 2 streams back, we used a D6 to determine something when my daughter was playing with me, and there's no D6s in this game, but you can, you know, if you want to add your own randomness in, if you want to create your own tables, you can use the ones in here for template. Like if you want to do a Western version of this, I mean, you know, you can do any genre. Just copy the tables out of this one, and just, you know, put some different things in them, different creatures, different characters. There are a few other streams you can find on Twitch where people are playing my game, and on YouTube if you go searching for them, and they do integrate a few of their own rules. The main thing is just tell a story. That's the main thing. And don't, again, it does say in the book, if you're in the middle of telling a good story and it's rolling, don't worry about the rules. Just keep telling the story until you need the rules to come back to. Okay. Right, so I'm just gonna remind you that there are a couple of things that I do. If you do like the stream and you want to support it, please, you can go buy something off criticalkit.co.uk. That's it really. We do have this amazing new thing that I'm putting together. I'm curating it all, called Critical Create, which is every month I'm putting together just a load of stuff for GMs and players into a box that you get delivered to your house, obviously. And yeah, it's just got a load of goodies in there, which is I'm really excited about. We've got some great things. If you like kobolds, you will like the first one. There's a really koboldy thing in there. But it's also got things written by myself, adventures, encounters, new spells, potions, a whole manner of things, plus physical, you know, goodies, badges, stickers, other D&D based things. If you're not in a position to support the stream, that's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Just, you know, just watch it, enjoy it. I realize that not everyone is, and it's still there for you. Right, let's have a winner. The winner is, just a second. Oh, I'm going to try and bring this round without making a mess of this. We normally have the iPad, but tonight Sarah is not using the iPad. There's the winner. Can you see? I'll tell you who it is anyway. It's Jimmy Jim Jim 8. So we're going to, Sarah will, if you can send an email to sarah@criticalkit.co.uk, she will type that in the chat in a moment. So if you send an email to sarah@criticalkit.co.uk, Jimmy Jim Jim 8, all the gyms, we're going to send you some swag. If you be like a crow bits, and I hope you enjoy them. All right then. So next week we will be continuing this adventure, the adventures of, wait a second, the name is still not there, J3X7. You can also join us on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock for Not of This Earth. I do suggest you join us for that one. It's really cool. We all build a world together. We have a great deal of fun, and somebody gets to win a set of dice. Yes, a full set of dice. This week they've got next week they've got mushrooms in them. So yeah, just do come along for that, because we probably going to continue with the Pantheon a bit. We were making a Pantheon of gods, so we'll carry on with that. And then final thing to say is if you are at Bath Comic Con tomorrow, I did see someone was there. Sorry, Saturday. We're going to be at Bath. We're heading up to Bath tomorrow to start setting up. I'll be there. Unfortunately, won't have any copies of Be Like a Crow with me because we are all sold out, but I'll still be there to talk about it if anybody wants to talk about it, and just TTRPGs in general, and we'll have just an absolute ton of dice trays, and all the other things that we drag along with us that relate to TTRPGs. Amazing stuff. So all I can say is congratulations, Jimmy Jim. Thank you for everybody else for watching. Keep joining the stream at some point. If you haven't won already, you will win something. And yeah, thank you, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, everyone.